Okay, here we go. So first of all, I'll just do a little bit of knitting before we cast on. I'm keeping the needles really fairly firm. I'm doing everything quite loosely so it's easy to make each stitch. So have a look. I'm going in, round, over, off. Just keep saying those words. In, round, over, off. You can in, round, over, off. Now what you can do, I'm resting the needle on this arm a little bit just to keep it firm. So you can, as long as you're putting it in through the front of the stitch, now you can take this completely, you can take your hand completely off the right hand needle and you can just twist it round the back, hold it firmly, over, off, in, round, over, off. Twist, move the stitches up, in, round, over, off, in, round, over, off. I put my right hand under the needle to hold it firmly, and then I loop it over my finger, but you may not be able to do that immediately. In, round, over, off, in, round, over, off. So you continue all the way to the end and then start again the other side. So in, round, over, off. In, round, over, off. Great. So we'll have a look at casting on. Right, so the size of needles that you use doesn't really matter. Bigger is probably easier initially. Now I've got two needles here. They're different lengths, but they're the same size. Doesn't really matter. So I'm anchoring it somewhere, and I'm going to loop my wool around the needles, and I'm going to tie it off. Now there's lots of different ways of doing this, casting on, but this for me is quick and easy, if not purest. So we've now got a loop there. I'm taking one of the needles out. So we're starting again in the same pattern as in, round, over and off, but there's a couple of different stages. So we're going in. I'm holding it quite firmly, if you can see how I'm holding it. In, we're going round, we're going over, keep it loose, but instead of going off, you're pulling it forwards. Now you're going to loop that stitch onto the left hand needle. So now you've got two stitches on there. Don't pull it tight. You're going into that new stitch, you're going round the back, you're going over, pull it forward, and then under. You've got your third stitch. In, round, over, under. In, round, over, under. In, round, over, under. Once more. Notice I was using this thumb to anchor the needle because they start swinging about if you don't. So we've got our little casting on there, and then to start your knitting, start your little baby scarf. Again, in, round, over, and remember, off. So we're now on this needle. So in, round, over, off. 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 Once more. In, round, over, off. You've done your first row. So you twist to put that needle into the other hand, twist it round, swap your needles. Remember to knit not with the end that's short but with the end that's long. So we're literally just starting again. In, round, over and off. In, round, over, off. In, round, over, off. In, round, over, off. In, round, over, off. And I'll stop saying it now.